Okay, so what happened last time? Let's get the sums. Get the sums.
Fuck you guys. That's what happened last time.
I mean, you know, that's fair.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. Last time was filled with games.
Filled with
Betrayal.
what? Oh
Filled
yeah,
with
the betrayal. Filled with
Yes.
games for you. Technically, I guess.
Yes,
No, that
mind
was the game
games.
before. Okay.
That's what it was filled with. Fucking mind games.
Yeah, Megumi was taken to the roof and tested.
I'm never gonna forgive those bitches. And you're lucky I barely forgived you.
Oh gosh.
You got one heart back for your just being an idiot because of what happened with the all the guys and the tell her how you feel stuff.
Oh gosh. They forced me. They forced my hand.
I know I could tell by the end.
No.
And they were clueless up until the very end. And they're like, oh, whoops. Well, you better make up now because otherwise you're gonna be hated by her for a long time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh boy.
What else happened? So Megumi got taken up to the roof to be tested.
There was some forensics done where Lawrence, or we had thought where Megumi had thought she had seen an entity in Lawrence's memories.
Right, yeah. At the edge of the forest.
And she kept getting some weird heebie-jeebies around them because it's the forest. Not to say there wasn't anyone there necessarily, but we didn't
No
find
one else felt it.
Yeah.
What else?
Can't remember anymore. Besides the lack of crumpets.
Lack of tea and
Right.
crumpets. There was the discussion that Akiho had with Max and Sora about what happened to the game room. It's a whole
Yeah.
big thing about that.
Oh yeah, there was a so yeah, Akio, Max, and Sora did go to the game room, and then there was some weirdness about being able to enter. You
There
know,
was
something
some
about not
security
using powers. Yeah, security tape. I don't know what was going on with that really, but James had some fun, and then I think Sora started getting a little bit too into it again. I don't remember what they were playing. Were they playing something and then Sora used power?
You guys were playing, I think, Rampage.
Right. The dinosaurs.
And Sora started, messing with you guys.
That's right, yeah. And then after that, after having fun, we left and saw Kaoru on his own acting a little strange. Figured out it had to do with Megumi and I don't remember. Did we think it was a breakup essentially?
You
A botched confession.
yeah,
perhaps.
you
That's
thought it
right.
was something like that, yeah.
Yeah, botched confession, and we convinced him to
Go back.
go
And don't
back.
give up.
Yeah, don't give up. Make sure your feelings are all laid bare.
Gosh.
And it had some success.
I mean, I did what you asked, just not what you thought I was gonna do.
You found out that, who knows, maybe there's like some weird love triangle going on between like Vera or Lucilia and Megumi. Who knows
I mean,
what's really going
I
on.
was pretty much maxed out hearts, but that's over. We're back at 1 heart at least instead of 0. He's
Yeah.
endearing now.
Max was a little heartbroken during that fiasco.
He was. The only one who noticed that was Akiho.
Oh, that's right.
So where shall we start? The following morning?
Yeah, I think the idea was to skip to the next morning.
Yeah.
Okay, so then it is the morning. What is everyone doing?
Let me think.
Akio would probably get up and maybe read for a little bit in the lobby, but around the time that other people are going to start getting up, head out to the cafeteria to make breakfast.
Okay, what about everyone else?
That sounds like normal. I'm going to. I guess after yesterday's event, I'm gonna try and spend some time and return to some goddamn normalcy, but I'm not speaking to those 2 bitches. God damn it, that's not my character sheet.
Hey,
Hang on.
is one of those including Karu?
No.
Oh,
Vera and Lucilia, I believe, right?
Lucilia. Oh shit. Oh my god, where is it? Features, there it is.
Dang.
Boom. I focused on it.
Heck yeah.
That's what I do. I make this look easy.
Gosh. Oh boy.
oh yeah, you're looking rockin'. That's the only
What
thing I
else?
can say.
What else is new?
You managed to hide the bags under your eyes from crying last night.
Oh, you mean the emotional trauma that was inflicted on me? Yeah, I totally hide that.
Okay.
Fuckers.
Well, you. So you're getting ready. What about Karu? What was Karu doing?
What will Karu do? Karu. He probably would have gotten up to meditate, but he probably would just stay in his room to meditate for the morning, the very early morning. And then, kind of closer to around when he thinks people would have started getting up, which I guess would be closer to like 8. He'd head down.
Okay. Okay. Well, then we can cut to the lobby, and Akiho, you're getting ready to head to the cafeteria. Karu ends up walking in. Isabella is sitting on the couch drawing. If you yeah, she's drawing. You see Sora is there. You know, what would Sora be doing? I guess he's just if you would allow it, Akiho, then he's just kind of chatting with you, like, so, I wonder what happened between. those two exactly, uh, or uh, between them and Lucilia and everything seemed pretty intense.
Right?
Uh, Lawrence is also there, just kind of blankly staring into space as he's prone to do.
I would probably glance at Lawrence once, or twice. Kind of worried about him, but continue with the conversation. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if Lucilia and Karo are maybe starting something and behind Megumi's back. They seem to be getting close, right?
Yeah, Sora just kind of like scratches his head and he says, "A real love triangle."
Yeah, I mean, I guess they do happen.
Ah, what were you going to say?
I was just gonna ask, does it look like people are most people are up about now?
It seems like it. Karu you actually see him getting out of the elevator now, and Sora actually, the only people who aren't there are Max and Megumi, I think, and the teachers.
Okay.
But
Well,
Sora sees Karu get out of the elevator and like, well, speak of the devil. Oh, Lucilia isn't there, and neither is Vera.
okay. Well, I guess it's about time for breakfast. Hopefully everyone else will be down. I think I'll go make something if everyone wants to join me.
My eyes kind
Gosh
of
dang it.
gleam for something for a moment. That's something I need right now. But no, I'll get fat. And then I see like I hear like in my mind like a squeal of a pig, and I turn around and he's there, my sweet pig prince, and he fades away.
Right,
And I was like, wait a minute.
right as he fades away, you hear another ding in the elevator, and
Uh-huh.
when you look, you see Vera stepping out.
My face like just I feel cross immediately. Just I don't acknowledge her existence or anything.
I'll
She-
kind of nod towards her direction, but not really say anything, and then I'll look towards brain fart. What's her name? Isabella.
Isabella. Yeah, she's still just kind of drawing on her notebook,
Yeah.
or just drawing on a piece of paper.
Do you want some breakfast?
She actually seems rather preoccupied with her drawing. Vera does give the entire room a very small little curtsy bow, and she kind of like nods to everyone who looks at her and nods. But you're talking to Isabella?
Yeah.
She just give me a soul roll. Anyone in the room who would like to give me a soul roll?
Oh, is it to pay attention to Vera?
No. it's to pay attention to Isabella. Not yeah,
Oh.
Isabella.
Oh my god. Sheet is a little. There we go.
Okay, 12. What about Karu? Does Karu also wish?
If he's
Actually, I don't think Karu will be really paying too much attention to much.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. So, Akiho and Megumi, you notice Isabella is doing the whole like she's got a crayon in her hand, right? And she's doing the thing where she's like nearly rubbed this crayon down on this paper. And she kind of looks up at you, like almost surprised whenever you ask if she wants breakfast, and she just looks up at you and sure.
Well, okay. I'll hold out my hand to her.
I'm just kind of eyeing you both.
She'll take your hand.
So yeah, I'll
No, go
lead.
ahead.
I'll lead her out to the cafeteria.
All right. She just leaves the drawing there. You can tell whatever she was drawing, she seemed to be very, very into it.
So is it left like page open?
Yeah, it's left page open.
I'm curious. I'll take a glance at it.
Okay. Well, you see a drawing of just a black cat. It's just a black cat just like sitting on a rock. And it's got like a frowny face on it.
Okay.
Isabella just says, she just says, "I want pancakes."
All right. I'll make you some pancakes. Pancakes and sausage sound good to everyone?
Sausage, I say.
Wee.
Sparkle, sparkle.
Sora gets up and he says, "That sounds amazing, actually." Akiho, actually give me a... Oh, let's go with the body roll. Okay.
Ah, damn, bro.
You know what? You can give me a soul roll instead.
It'll be a little bit better.
Also 5. I'm sorry.
Okay. Let's go into game 1.
Game 1? Okay.
Just as you're glancing, you take one little last glance at the little picture of the cat. You see on the rock, in very, very small, you almost can't see it. You just see an M.
The letter M?
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, let's go back to general.
Something about awesome pants or something. Same
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Yeah. Sam?
Yeah.
Sam something?
Something,
like
yeah.
that. Yeah.
The awesome
Yeah.
pants.
Stickman Sam. That's
What?
what it was. Yeah.
Game we played.
talking about some of the old Henry Stickmin games.
Okay.
Good shit.
Okay, so everyone gets up, even Lawrence, who just kind of gets up and with the rest of you and just kind of follows behind you. He gets up and Vera also follows. And Akiho, as far as you know, you're leading the way. Everyone seems to
Okay.
be behind you. Would
Alright.
Karu, what Karu or Megumi be doing anything in particular?
I'm waiting eagerly for food. I'll be sitting next to, like, not next to, but like near the boys, at the same time simultaneously, like opposite of Vera, but where I can watch her.
Okay. Well,
Fuckers.
we will go ahead and fast forward and say that you are in the cafeteria. Akiho, you can go ahead and give me a cooking roll.
Oh boy.
And I will say the first thing that you notice, it's not 5-star, but it's definitely 4-star.
Still pretty good.
Okay, but the first thing you notice when you walk into the cafeteria is you see Gustav and the other two teachers sitting at one of the tables, and Gustav is just drinking a cup of coffee and talking to them with a. It seems like they're having a pretty serious conversation. But Gustav is awake. He still looks tired, but he's awake and sitting there.
Oh, that's great news. Good morning.
Gustav gives you a nod. Judas. Judas and Safra both smile at you, and Judas just you think he looks he's looking at all of you, but he's just kind of like staring in the direction, and he tilts his head and he says, Max didn't join you this morning?
No. I
Oh.
assume he'll be here soon, right? We're also still waiting on Lucilia's not here, right? It's just Vera.
Yeah.
Lucilia's never here.
Lucilia is still in bed. And working on other matters.
Okay. Well, I was gonna make breakfast if you want anything as well. I'm gonna be making some pancakes and sausage.
Vera stands up and she says, "Oh, would you like any help?"
Oh, for sure. Thank you.
Vera will get up and follow you into the kitchen. Gustav actually comes up to all of you, and as you sit down, and he just says, "I would like to offer my thanks to all of you. All of you showed more courage than any young people should be forced to show. Thank you for bringing me back here."
It's nothing. I say just kind of like, being slightly dismissive because right now what's more important than the thanks is the food. Normalcy. Breakfast made by Akiho. Indoors. Regulated temperature.
The Gustav scans all of you and he nods, and he just says, "Has anything strange happened since I have been out of commission? Is there anything that I would need to know?"
I kind of just look and see if anyone answers. Oof.
Thora speaks up and he says, "Yeah, there was a really strange incident with someone. There was another incident. Apparently Sora, or not Sora, Lawrence
Walked out.
walked out in the middle of the night and started exercising his powers in a strange way, and he couldn't remember them." And Gustav just raises his eyebrow, and he says, please tell me more." And he looks over at all of you.
I would bring up the fact that for a moment I thought, like looking through his mind, yes, I can do that. And I kind of just glare at Vera as I say it. And I thought I saw somebody in the area when it happened, but we couldn't find anything. Because we're just teenagers and not woodsmen or trackers. You know, standard high school and younger aged teens. Way out of their depth.
He frowns and he says, "Do you think you could show us this place?"
I kind of say, kind of dumbfounded. Yeah. My yes is hesitant because, like, I mean, I know the general area, but, like, yeah, retrace our steps. I'm not a woodsman or a tracker, like I just admitted.
He just kind of places his hand on your shoulder and he says, "I'm sure you're reliable. All of you are very, very reliable, I'm sure." He says, "I'm sure that that you'll get me close enough. You'll get us close enough. It's really important." He sits. Safra walks up, says, "Should tell them of." And Gustav kind of nods and he says, "Yes, yeah." I have, we, the teachers, have decided that it would be best if we began making attempts at radio contact with any passing ships. We believe that the incidents here have gotten drastically out of hand. We don't want to subject to any hardship than you've already had to go through. We do not know exactly when to affect anyone, but as soon as we do, we'll let all of you know. And we will be asking for them to send aid. And he just kind of hangs his head and he says, I'm all of us, we are truly deeply sorry for everything that has happened here. We've let all of you down.
Do you hear that, everyone? We're getting the hell off this rock. No one excited?
Akio
I-
will kind of smile a little bit, but be kind of solemn, remembering.
Do I sense a little Stockholm syndrome?
Akio still misses Chiho.
You can give me a soul roll, Megumi.
All right.
So, happiness tempered with sadness.
How is Karu reacting to this?
I'm ready to put this place behind me, so.
Karu?
Sorry. After hearing what Kretch has to say about, or Gustav
Gustav, yeah.
has to say about getting in contact with radio communication, Kara will kind of lift his head up a little, but not necessarily in like hopefulness of leaving, but more as the slight reluctance of still, and he'll say this, would it be wise to leave someone as dangerous in the woods here?
Gustav just says, you don't have to worry about that. Whenever we secure all of your safety, we will deal with that in our own way. We promise all of you that we won't let anything like this ever happen to anyone else again.
How will he be dealt with?
Honestly, we're not exactly too sure. We will try to reason with him, get him to reintegrate. But if that fails, then we'll just do what we have to do to ensure that he can't hurt anyone else.
Just the three of you? I mean, you saw how he handled all of us the way he did. And you think you guys can take him on yourselves?
Well, firstly, he caught us unawares. And secondly, no, this is not a special matter. Unless we are directly called to assist, we will be letting the normies deal with the situation in however manner they see fit.
I forgot they were called normies.
Glass this fucking island, I mutter.
Gustav just says, please rest assured that everything in our power to keep you safe until the aid does arrive. We will talk about compensation if it's needed. All safely back home to your families. Megumi, from that soul check, you don't exactly get, like a deep emotional understanding, right? But you do get Akiho looking kind of solemn. There's just a straight frown on Sora's face. Isabella seems very sad. Lawrence is kind of just staring off into more so than usual, as if he's like looking to reflecting on. I'm not sure how Karu looks, but Gustav looks like he definitely has the look of someone who feels like he's failed.
He should though.
And Gustav goes on to say, now, everyone please enjoy your breakfast, and whenever that is guide to the spot that all this I would be very appreciative.
Yeah, I'll try. It's gonna be like literally like I go to the area that Lawrence was, and then like turn to face the general direction we went, and we'll go that way.
Alright.
And if there's like obvious disturbed brush and stuff, like snap things, then yeah, I can see it.
Okay, well, Akiho, you come out about 10-15 minutes later with some pretty high quality food. It's no food war. It's not like Food Wars level make people pass out good, but it's still like high-end restaurant professional quality meal stuff. It's mama's home cooking.
Yeah.
Or grandmama's home cooking.
Hopefully this helps improve everyone's mood, including my own. And I threw a picture of what I made in the D&D channel. Text channel in Discord.
Okay. Well, yeah, that looks quite nice, I must say.
And it's not super fancy, but you know.
I know that shit's good, dude.
Okay, so everyone, that is brought out to you. Sora just starts eating, and he just says, "So, is everyone really okay to just go back?"
I mean, maybe it would swap cell phones, but I kind of grow tired of the constant looming threat of death and actually almost dying by being stabbed in the kidneys, and you know that kind of stuff wears on the human psyche, you know.
Sora just kind of just says, "Yeah, but I he just looks down, and there definitely seems to be something on his mind. Um, Lawrence uh Lawrence just says, he actually speaks up, and he says, "I just want to go back and just forget any of this happened and any of this was real."
I'm gonna miss Chiho. But
Yeah.
at least I'll get to see Papa again.
Isabella just says, "I don't want to go back.
Why, Isabella?
Fun here."
I sigh at that one.
And she says, "Everyone's really nice to me, and no one was nice back to me back there. And I want to stay here forever."
Twist my lip at that one and kind of just look around for like help. I don't know what to
Well,
say to a child like this.
maybe you could you don't have to go back home to where you were before. Maybe you could live somewhere else.
We can.
Can
do
I
that?
live with you?
I'd be happy for that.
She just stares at you and blinks.
Let's
And-
see if we can get let's talk to the teachers about it.
Uh she just kind of just says, "Yay!" And
Yeah, let's see if we can go back, or let's see if we can ask him right after breakfast.
okay, she just nods excitedly and sits down and just starts shoveling in pork. Okay, unless there's anything that Karu or Megumi would like to add, then
Karu will actually after actually the food is laid out, he's actually gonna. It's like, actually, I think I'm going to be alone for a little bit, if you don't mind. Please excuse me. So he's going to go ahead and grab the plate of food to take with him, but he's actually going to leave.
okay then. Okay. So Karu gets up and he starts to leave with his plate of food. Um, Sora just looks back at you and he says, "You okay, man? You want someone to come with you?"
Uh, I uh,
He
I think I'd just like to be alone for a little bit.
he just says, "Oh yeah, no man, no problem. I understand." Uh, Vera just nods and she stands up and she says, "I have business I need to attend to as well." Um,
I have business I need to attend to as well.
she gives all of you a small little curtsy, and she starts to leave as well. Sora says, well, I guess I'll go take some of this to Max or something. He's probably asleep in a tree somewhere. He says, "Hey Lawrence, wanna tag along?" And then Lawrence, uh, and he just kind of blankly stares into space, and Sora just says, hey Lawrence, Lawrence." And Lawrence goes, "Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, sure. Yeah, okay." And those two get up as well and start to leave. So everyone's starting to slowly trail out of the cafeteria. Akiho and Megumi, what are you going to do? What are your plans?
To probably clean up.
Okay.
And
Safra
then,
helps you with that.
And then after being done cleaning up, approach the teachers actually.
Okay.
With Isabella.
Okay. Megumi, what about you?
I'm just gonna sit here in this empty room,
Okay.
reflect a bit.
Empty to everyone but you,
Cafeteria.
the teachers, and Akiho, Isabella.
No, well, when they clean up, they're going to the kitchen area.
Well, yeah.
So
I think that's just Safra and I. Right now, it's you, Isabella, and two teachers.
Yeah. I mean, the teachers aren't sitting with you, but Isabella is.
Well, sitting in the ring, yeah.
Isabella, she pulls out a piece of paper and a crayon, and you see her just start drawing almost excitedly. Well, with purpose, I guess. She just kind of loses herself in the drawing.
I'll take peeks at it.
Okay.
As it becomes more, freaking, an actual image.
Okay. Go to game 1.
Okay.
Okay, well, what she's drawing is, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it's like a little stick figure, and she's drawing like little, I don't know, lines coming off of its arms. It's here, I can do a quick sketch of it for you. Not that. Okay, I will take you over here and I will do a quick drawing. So, zoom out so I can actually see. And it kind of looks like this, and like this. There's like this. Just and big frowny face. Like this. That's more or less what she's drawing. And she just keeps adding more and more lines, and it just looks like
Who's
this.
that supposed to be, Isabella?
She just goes, I don't know. I had a bad dream. And I'm drawing the dream.
What's the man doing? Is he flying? These things coming out of his arms?
She just nods. She says, like bad things. He wants to get them out.
Okay. The man wants to get bad things out of him. Standing there.
She just keeps. Now she's
I'll
just
like
doing
keep
the.
blankly staring as she does it.
And now now she's starting to scratch on his face too. He's just starting to go faster and faster with it. Until she's just doing this to the whole page. Really focusing on this. Okay. We can go back to. Oh no. Okay. So
Okay.
we can go back to a game or general. All right.
Fucking weird.
So was it a Birdman?
Devil man, devil man.
Aaron and I were thinking those might have been wings.
Oh, you know.
Devil man, devil.
You didn't see it, so. who
That's
knows?
fair. That's fair.
Okay.
Completely not.
So you are sitting there with Isabella, Megumi. You see Judas get up and he starts to walk over and he says, "Oh, if you're done, you want to go show me that place?"
Yes, let's go. I say kind of disinterested because I could have found something that last time. I don't know how the hell he's gonna.
All right. We will then go to Akiho. Akiho, you come back and you see Megumi leaving with Judas. And Isabella is sitting there drawing something.
Okay. Let's see. Judas left, but is
Gustav and Safra are still there.
okay.
They seem
that's
to
good enough.
having a small conversation. Or actually, no, they're not. Gustav is just kind of drinking his coffee. Safra is just, no. Actually, Safra was still in the kitchen, cleaning up, getting things in order. So it's just Gustav there, sitting there, drinking his coffee.
Okay. Um, I'd go ahead and approach him, and then we'll like sit down across the table.
He
Excuse me.
he sets his coffee down and he says, "Yes, Akiho."
Uh, yes, I was wondering, with everyone going home soon, what does that mean for Isabella?
The lab.
He says, "I'm not quite sure what you mean. She will also be returning home."
Well, she doesn't like where she used to live. Um, she, I, I think she lived in a lab, and the doctors there weren't very nice. Would it be possible for her to live somewhere else?
He kinda raises his eyebrow at you, and he says, "A lab? What makes you think she lived in a lab?"
Well, just what she was, what she would say, you know. She would talk about the experiments. She did say things about experiments, right? I'm trying to remember.
I think I remember some. Not
No,
experiments.
I don't think she's ever said anything. Experiments.
I'm trying to remember what she would talk about.
Give me a knowledge roll, or a mind roll, I should say.
Mind crush.
Nice.
Okay, so what little she has talked about, she's mentioned someone. Let me actually pull up her sheet so I can be accurate. She has mentioned something about a Mr. Right quite a few times. She's mentioned some stuff about she doesn't remember her mommy and daddy. But that she lives with Mr. Right. That's more or less all. And that Mr. Right isn't nice. And that's more or less what she's said about it.
Okay, I thought there was more, but all right. Yeah, she she said she doesn't live with her family, and then the person who had taken her in after that, she grew up with a Mr. Right, and I think he mistreats her.
He uh Gustav frowns and says, is that what she's told you? That she gets mistreated at home?
Well, she said that he's not very nice, but she wouldn't elaborate. But I mean, with how she is, how quiet she is, I'm sure you would understand that'd be like difficult to get out of her.
He just sighs. Says, "Well, Akiho, I can assure you that she does not live in a lab. However, if her guardian does in fact mistreat her, and it wouldn't be in conscience to her back to that man's household. We had our suspicions, but it's hard to prove these things. We will. have a chat with her and see if get to the bottom of her living situation. We'll do everything that we can to make sure that she returns to a happy, relatively normal.
Thank you. She did mention that she even wanted to move in with me. I wasn't sure if that would be possible, but if she has nowhere else, I think that would be great. I don't think Papa would mind either.
He pauses and says, "That's very kind of you, Akiho. But let's not jump fast, okay?
I understand.
I'll speak with her, and we will go from there. If it is true that she has nowhere else to go, perhaps if you insist, we can talk more. This is definitely a conversation you would have to have with your guardian, and we will see."
Okay. Thank you for hearing me out at least.
He says, "Of course, I'm always here if you need anything." As are the rest of the teachers.
Thank you. Before I go, do you need any more healing? Is anywhere sore?
No, that's very kind of you, but I've been through worse.
Okay. And then I'll nod and, well, if you excuse me. And then head over to where Isabella is. So I spoke to I almost said Judas. Gustav. It sounds like he wants to talk to you before making any decisions. But I don't know if if he's ready to speak with you just yet. If you want, we can head out.
Okay.
And then I'll go ahead and lead her on out.
Okay. We will cut to Megumi now.
Now you're taking her off with you. Awesome. Yeah, I'm headed out with.
You are trying to acquire a pet pyromane. Okay. You Megumi, you are leading Judas out to the field.
Where I will
let's
kill
see.
him. Okay.
What would I have you roll for this? Go ahead and give me, I guess. You know what? You can do a mind roll, and failing that, you can do a soul roll. So give me a mind roll first. Okay. You know the general. You remember the general area. And you start walking out there. So you're standing in the woods.
Yeah.
Um, so
Do I find it? I'm trying to go from memory. Like literally, like I said, I would go to the spot where we started and just heading, I guess, due west. Towards the general direction.
all right. Yeah, you more or less find the area that you remember visiting the other night when you were expecting. And Judas is just like just says around here, yeah?
Yeah, I just couldn't tell what it was. I'm keeping my eyes on Judas still, though. I don't want to turn my back to him or anything.
He let's see. Oh wait. He
that a-
stops for a what? Oh,
Hadouken.
no, that's not a Hadouken. That's also not your shadow rolling. Okay. Yeah, he stops there for a second and he starts looking around. Starts running his hands down the barks of the trees, and he starts sniffing too, like. And he walks over to the tree that you vaguely remember Akiho pointing out, and he says, "Was this the spot?"
Yeah, that's it right there. At least I think. Yeah, that looks about right.
It'll have to do. He he kind of just sits down in front of the tree and crosses his legs. And okay, he seems to immediately go into some kind of trance, and he's just sitting there like that.
He's making me want to fall asleep. The more I look, the more I do one of those standing, but I'm like nodding off moments.
It's been about 10 minutes.
I'm doing the standing, and I am actually asleep, except with the little like balloon
Okay.
breathing. Bleh.
Let's see here. He suddenly stands up and he looks at you and he says, "Oh, you're still here?"
Yeah. What, I could have left? That's an option? kind of aggravated that I did have this option the whole time.
He just kind of shrugs and he says, "Well, I never said you had to stay."
Ah.
Just like I thought. This guy is impossible to track. Not when he doesn't want to be found. This is concerning. But he's got to move at some point, and when he does, I'll know it.
Can't you just like set traps for him or something?
Yeah, he just smiles and he says, "How do you know I haven't?"
Yeah. I think the whole sitting there and sleeping kind of like casts doubt into that possibility for me. And I shrug. Whatever. And I want to start like walking off.
You just see him smiling and you just hear him say, "Have a good afternoon, Megumi."
Yeah. Same to you.
And you just see him cross his legs again and just go eerily still again. All right, Megumi, you are alone, walking out of the forest.
All right.
All right, make a death save. I'm just kidding.
Oh shit! I was about to roll for Hadoken to defeat the death save.
Roll for the power of love and friendship.
I got it.
Well, he lost 3 hearts, so that's reduced a fact right there.
Well, and then a fireball out of nowhere as Akiho and Isabella show up just in the nick of time.
It's like, you know what? We're done with this. We're just gonna burn down the forest.
Which was whose idea in the first place?
I'm telling you, it's a bad idea.
All right, Megumi, are you going anywhere after this?
I just want to go
Anywhere in
back
particular?
to the safety of the air-conditioned like area, the lobby.
Okay. And do you have any plans?
I am going to destroy this building
Okay.
with my bare hands of power. No plans at this time. Maybe go sulk in my room and think what about like what it is to like actually fucking go back.
Okay. We will cut to Karu. Karu, what are you doing? You have just left the
Stratosphere.
the cafeteria. Vera is walking back towards the hotel area. So if you're walking back that way, she's a little bit behind you. She's not talking. She's not like trying to talk to you or anything. She just seems to be heading in the same direction. So you could converse with her if you would like. But if not, then what are you going to do? What are your plans?
So the fountain,
fountain.
is like right in front of the.
Yeah, it's about like right here.
Yeah.
It's a very
Karu was
large
planning on just sitting at the fountain and eating there.
Okay. Not doing anything in particular?
Maybe just looking out in thought.
Okay.
You know, a lot's happened the last like literally 3 days, so not to mention all the being told about possibly leaving the island and leaving behind what has been going on.
All right. Well, Vera just walks past you as you sit down, and she just gives you a nod, a respectful nod. You a little bit later, you see Sora and Lawrence kind of walking by, and Sora is trying to chat with Lawrence, just like nothing in particular. Like, the weather's real nice. Just kind of stuff like that. Just Soros things. And yeah, a little bit after that, if you're still sitting there, about you know what, Akiho, you have Isabella, and you have had you have had the conversation with Gustav. What are you going to do?
Um, didn't really have much of a plan. Everyone's kind of out and about doing things. Um, I might sit outside somewhere, like on a bench or something, and see if I can,
Directly across from Karu. Just make things that much more awkward.
Yes.
But yeah, there's benches
I mean,
around.
Okay, yeah. And then from there, probably just talk to Isabella. I plan to ask her about more about her living situation.
All right.
To be sure.
What are you going to ask her?
So, you mentioned Mr. Wright's not very nice. What's the besides him? What's the place you or what's the place you lived at like?
She just kind of kicks her feet on the bench and she says, I don't know. It's a house.
Okay.
It's
Is
small.
there anyone else there? Oh, it's small?
No. It's just me and Mr. Wright. Oh, sometimes some guys come over and there's lots of yelling, but but mostly it's just us.
Do you have neighbors?
I think so.
Okay.
She just says, I don't really know.
Okay.
There's lots of other houses though.
And when you said Mr. Wright's not, or he would yell with the other person, what would they yell about?
I don't know. Mostly stuff about money, I think.
Okay. When you say he's not very nice, what do you mean? Does he yell at you?
He likes yelling.
He doesn't ever hit you, does he?
Give me a soul roll. She looks like she's getting a little bit uncomfortable.
Okay.
And she just says, only if I'm bad.
Alright, I'll probably stop there. Let's see. All right. Well, sorry about asking about it. I was just wanting to make sure.
She just she just starts or it doesn't it's hard to tell besides her fidgeting, which kind of suddenly drops I lost my train of thought, I'm sorry. Anyway, she it's hard to tell exactly what she's feeling or thinking besides her fidgeting, which just suddenly stops. So you can't really tell, but she just says, "It's okay."
Okay. Let's see.
I like it better here anyway.
Yeah.
Everyone
Hopefully
here
you don't have.
Everyone here is nice and they don't yell at me and they don't smell bad.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I'm hoping you don't have to go back there. I'm hoping the teachers can help us. So, do you want to play a game?
Would you like to?
She just nods and she's just nodding. What were you going to play?
Let's see. I wonder if they have any board games around.
You can give me a mind roll.
I say that out loud as I try thinking and remembering.
Is that 13 the roll?
Yes.
Okay. You remember a cabinet in the game room that had a bunch of board games, just like the full spread, like Candyland and Life and Risk, and just Monopoly.
Perfect. Yeah, let's go to the game room. I remember seeing some board games in there.
She seems very excited by this, and you lead her off, and you have an assortment of board games to pick through, and you pick you end up picking one of them and start reading through the rules, explaining it to her, and
Right.
you start doing that. We will go back to Karu. About 20, I'm not exactly sure how long you are sitting at the fountain, but if you've been there for about 20 minutes or so, you eventually see Megumi walk by. Yeah, she's alone by herself. She seems to have just gotten back. Megumi, you see Karu doing the whole looking off into the horizon thing that you see in like the beginning of the anime opener.
Oh gosh, dang it!
Yes.
The wind is slightly sweeping through the air as he's just sitting on the bench, staring out, looking on with purpose in his eyes.
Your own OST opening, and you kind of got that part nailed.
Are you saying that?
Yes.
It's like, what?
Just turn on a television once in a while. What are you even doing?
I am eating. Well, was, I guess.
Eating. Let me guess. You're consuming the energy of the universe around yourself, looking for some kind of meaning. I don't see any evidence of food.
There's an
Oh.
empty plate beside.
Oh, okay.
Or actually, he's kind of just like holding it awkwardly in the lap. But there's nothing on the.
Just a lot going through my head. Just need some time to think about it. Go over things.
So what are you going home back to? Like the castle or something? Your lord's lands? I don't actually know any damn thing about you now that I think about it.
Gosh dang it. If you must know, we do have a dojo.
That makes sense.
And
You have a moderately it's out deep in the woods, right? But it's it's not quite a castle, but it's definitely something you would see like a landowning lord in like an old Japanese movie, like kind of one of those large manor kind of things. So it's not a small house, but you know.
So does this dojo have a website or something?
are you asking like? Oh, I heard someone mention about it.
As far as you know, there isn't anything official.
No.
Your family is kind of like a old school. Like, yeah, you have power, and you even have, but like TV stays on the news, and when it's not on the news, playing like tournament videos.
Nerd.
Yeah, it'd probably be more like there's not like an official website for it, but there's like, location information. Like, hey,
Yeah.
this place.
And it isn't even listed as a dojo, it's listed as a historical.
Perfect.
So how are you supposed to attract more students if you don't have a web presence?
You talk to them.
Talk like in person?
What else would I mean?
A little bit of background on your dojo. Like the number of students is like you have, aside from you and your family, there's maybe 6 other people. But they don't. Whatever they did before joining your dojo, your doesn't really matter because it's like when you don't join the dojo, you in and you or full-time life is the dojo.
Right.
Rule 1 about the dojo. Don't speak about the dojo. Rule 2 of the dojo. Don't speak about the dojo.
The Dojo is my favorite movie.
Dojo Club?
Dojo Club.
It's definitely like classic samurai living, sword in the morning, at night, or sword in the morning, a sword at night. Like the sword swinging practice in the morning, like just mountain training of the day, and like at night is
Yeah, and if you're not doing any of that, it's meditation.
yeah.
You guys are never gonna get laid. I kind of
or
just
or getting or like cleaning the dojo or character building or indoctrination. learning the history of the yeah, pretty much all of that.
Oh, did you say that out loud, Megumi?
I've muttered it, yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't have heightened senses, so let me just roll to see. If
Well, I'm
I
not
already
like
say
hiding
that.
it much.
Oh, okay. Well, if you're not
It's kind of
hiding,
one of those side mouth mutters in anime. You guys are never gonna get laid.
Karo will say, if we were to train, I'd probably wipe the floor with you. Not gonna lie. Train, sword spoken.
Yeah, because I walk around the city with a sword. That's kind of not how things work in the world, Karu. Unless you could parry a bullet. Have you ever thought about like fighting the Yakuza or something? Maybe like not.
Karo is gonna. It's like, I was gonna say that's not possible, but with what we've seen lately, that might be possible. You have to get really quick though, and see a bullet coming.
Please don't do that. Unless you do it in front of TV, then yeah, then do it. Because you'll either be famous or infamous.
Infamous. I don't think I want to risk my life that way, but if it meant protecting someone, maybe.
Yeah. Just another bodyguard for some rich asshole. Say folding my arm. Wouldn't you just fight crime or
A
something?
bodyguard like some thug.
Well, I mean, it's just a thuggery, but with a fancier name. The Yakuzas wear suits, and they're not known as thugs.
Would I have heard of the Yakuza? Being from Japan and all? I don't know if that's a Japan thing or not, so I could be wrong.
Yeah, you would know who you would know that you would know the Yakuza. You just know that they're organized crime. You really
Maybe
hadn't.
Maybe they have a swordsman that you have to do battle with or something to test your might. That sounds like a Karu thing.
You do know that at some point in the past, someone in the Yakuza wanted to be trained at your dojo, and your grandpa actually like kicked him out, but didn't just kick him out. This happened when you were like a little kid, right? Like when you were like 6 or 7. You just you just kind of remember peeking outside, and you like your grandfather being like, you need to leave, and then they were like, no, and then you just like peeked out again, and you just saw like 5 or 6 people on the ground, and your grandpa just saying something like, "You can leave when you can walk."
Yeah. This is, that was pretty interesting.
So yeah, the Yakuza have I wouldn't say you've encountered the Yakuza, but you've definitely been told like, hey, the Yakuza are bad. Stay away from them.
Unless you want to fight them to test your strength and become a hero of justice.
That they quote unquote weren't worth your time.
I mean, I could maybe talk about that, but like, I won't remember. Like, since I would be young, it would be kind of, some parts would be fuzzy. But
Yes. It's very stylized in your mind. You didn't actually see the fighting, but you in your memory you think you know what the fighting looked like. But you're kind of like, well, I don't remember if I actually saw him do that, but I think I could have swore I saw him do that.
like, I
Kinda
saw
thing.
Grandpa, and I saw 5 people on the ground outside. That's what I remember.
And the sounds of limbs are breaking.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of cracking noises. I thought it was like breaking bokens. A lot of bokens being broken on that fight.
But yeah, you can that's more or less what you remember. You also remember distinctly the thing that you remember the most was your grandpa had this was when your grandpa wasn't gray-haired as he is now. But you distinctly remember that he just had his training boken because he was teaching you the basics just before, but the Yakuza were drawing real steel swords, and or that they were real sharp swords.
They were shiny.
They were shiny, and that scared you. Scared for Grandpa.
Traumatized.
But yeah, go ahead and continue. Sorry.
No, you're right. I guess, yeah, there would be some of that mentioned, but whatever Megumi's response to that is.
Eh. Dojo life. Not for me. My dojo are the streets. I say kind of trying to be confident, but like, not really.
Oh.
Streets are a terrible dojo.
You have a home? Surely, right?
I have a home. It's meh. It's a very loving and caring and home where I'm cherished. Like, but I say meh. The parents are doting, and they named me like sweet flower child Megumi, and that's not my style.
So it'd be like if Akiho was like one of your parents. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. And and I had
Not quite that extreme, but yeah.
a sister. I had a sister who was Chiha. Chiha's a sister.
Oh gosh. Well, like exactly like your sister?
No. Yeah. But just with this stupid exuberant energy out of nowhere for no reason. Why have that much energy all the time? Isn't that tiring? Ah.
Well, it's about this point that you see Sora walk out, and you see him like looking around, and then he looks at both of you. He says, "Oh, hey guys, have you seen Max? I can't seem to find him anywhere. Not in his room, and he's not in the lobby."
What now? Isn't he just being a cat just lounging around somewhere?
Well, that's what I kind of came out here to do, to see if he's in a tree or, went to the game room or something.
Did you check his room?
I did check his room.
No.
There was no answer.
What about the beach?
The beach? That's kind of far away. I guess we could. I guess he could be there, but he would have had to have left early in the morning for none of us to see him.
I just can't think of any other place he would be right now. I mean, that is where we went to check for. What were we checking for? Birds?
Birds, yeah.
Yeah, that's where we went to check for birds last.
He kind of looks at you and he says, no, I'm looking for Max, not Lawrence.
Yes, but I don't know. I don't know why it crossed my mind. It was just a thought.
Megami? Have
No, I haven't seen him.
Huh.
All
right. Well, I'm
you
going.
Sure he wants to be found, or?
Well, I did have this breakfast to give him. I'd kind of been looking all over the place, and kind of weird that I just can't find him because normally I can just, he's normally just like chilling in his room or chilling on a bench or. He snaps his finger and he says, maybe he's at the pool. And he said, then Sora just says, all right, I'm gonna run by the game room and then I'm gonna run by the pool.
Well, why don't I at least come with you? Do you and Max hang out at anywhere like a lot? Any specific locations?
Like a secret boys only club?
Well, he kind of looks at you for a second, Megumi, and says, well, no, not really.
I just like my eyes kind of, get smaller, like that Fry kind of meme.
Well, yeah, we should look around. How about this? If you go by the game room, we can go by the pool, and then we can meet up.
All right. Oh, you know what? I don't know why he would be up there, but I didn't check the roof. Megumi, do you think maybe you could run up there?
The roof?
He might be asleep in a tree or something. I don't know. There are trees up there, right? Yeah.
There is
a
tree, but I don't think I've seen Max really go up there. I guess you could check it, but
yeah. I don't know why it'd be up there either. He doesn't seem to like heights too much. Or he seems to be okay with trees though. Just I don't know. I remember him saying something about it needs to have limbs. Or something he can grab onto, and he can't grab onto a building. I don't know. He says weird stuff sometimes.
Anyways, we should just go ahead and check the areas real quick. If we haven't seen him since yesterday, I mean, like, that's... I don't know. That's bothersome.
Yeah. Alright, so... Megumi, you'll check the roof, even though I don't think you'll be there. Maybe... no, we can... I'll check the game room, Sora, you'll check the pool, and we'll meet back here if we don't find him, and I don't know, check the tree line or something. Maybe he ran off into the woods or
I sure hope not.
yeah.
Anyways, the sooner we find him, the better. So let's just get right on that.
Okay. Akiho, you've been playing board games with Isabella for about 20, 30 minutes. When you see Sora walk through the game room, and he walks in, and it looks like he's looking for something, and he sees you two, and he says, "Oh, hey, hey Akiho, Isabella, is Max here?"
Hi. No, I haven't seen him this morning.
He's not in the back or anything?
No, well, we haven't really looked. We can take a look real fast.
Alright. Yeah, you go back there and you look, and he doesn't seem to be anywhere in here. No
Huh.
sign that he's been in here.
Yeah, no, it doesn't look like he's been in here at all.
Sora kind of frowns and he says, "Huh. Well, I've been looking for him since breakfast. I was gonna bring him some food, and I can't find him anywhere."
Oh. Well,
Haru's checking the pool, and Megumi's gonna go check the roof. And but yeah, I haven't been able to find him since breakfast, or since yesterday, or I haven't seen him since yesterday.
Hey Isabella, how about let's go ahead and put this game on hold. Let's see if we can help look for Max.
All right. Well, we were going to go meet up at the fountain if we. Yeah, we were going to meet up at the fountain, and if we didn't find him, we were going to go search the tree line.
Okay, yeah.
Or the beach. Guess he could be at the beach. Oh. Anyway,
Beach is a nice place. I haven't really gone much since well, yeah. I just haven't really gone much.
yeah, it is kind of out of the way. Anyway, well, I'm gonna go back to the fountain. If you want to come with me and wait for the others. Hopefully, one of them will bring Max back.
Yeah, let's go ahead and wait with you. If you don't mind, Isabella.
Is Max okay?
I'm sure he's fine. We'll just need to go wait up with the others.
Okay. Haru, you are at the pool and the bath area, and you spend a good 10 minutes just going through all of the rooms. You even knock on the women's side, and hey, Max, are you in there? You don't. And you don't see him anywhere.
Check outside the pool area. I don't know. I'll check inside and outside, just around that building, and see if I find anything.
Give me a body roll. If you have anything for searching, then add that as well.
I mean, the only other thing I have. Wait, what? Yeah, it's the blind fighting combat technique. But that's it.
All right, then just give me a body roll. Okay, yeah, you go around the pool area too, and you're scanning through the trees, thinking, maybe he's a cat and he's in the trees, but you don't find him anywhere. Doesn't seem like he's anywhere in the area.
Okay. Alright. Then, if I can't find anything, I'll head back to the fountain and meet up with the rest of them.
Okay. Megumi, are you actually going up to the roof?
I don't want to go all like I'm kind of hesitating as I like go completely all the way up to the roof by myself.
Really did forgot about that. I'm sorry. I should have probably thought about that.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you jerk.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
bring her back to the traumatizing moment she was at.
Oh,
Literally
yeah.
yesterday.
Literally yesterday. Okay. So you don't want to go by yourself, but don't you don't see anyone in the building to go with you. Are you just gonna wait for them? Or are you just not gonna go?
I mean, I'm going, but I don't like get all the way there. Like, so I'm like the level below before the entrance to go upstairs.
Okay. What are you doing there?
Just kind of trying to hype myself from, to go back up there.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna just yell, Max, if you're up there, get the hell down here.
There isn't a response.
But that
That-
son of a bitch is gonna eat at my anxiety if I just stand here.
You do see you're below the roof, so you actually see Lucilia's door open, and she says, "Megumi, there a problem?"
I don't want to talk to her, so I'm just gonna be talking out loud.
Literally the worst thing I did.
Yeah.
I completely
but I'm gritting my teeth as I do so. I was like, like stroking my chin. I cannot seem to find Max, who's been missing for some time now, and others have joined in the search. With the recent events that traumatized me up on the roof, I am very reluctant to go up there myself. Perhaps I should go seek someone to give me courage if they would come down, go up there with me. And then I start walking away. It's like an internal monologue that I say out loud.
She just says, Vera could accompany you."
I stopped still, and I was just like, I have a bad feeling wash over me. Perhaps it's nothing. And I continue walking.
Wow.
Are you walking down?
Yes.
Okay.
Down to find anyone else.
Okay. You get back down to the lobby and you see Lawrence there. He actually has a sketch pad out. And he's not drawing, he's just holding a pencil and just staring at it and just frowning.
Like in my head, I was like, oh great, fucking Mr. Broken Wings over here too. So you haven't seen Max, have you? I kind of just tell her.
He kind of jumps when you call out to him, as if he didn't know you, and he kind of just drops the pencil, and he's like, no, not since yesterday. Why? What's wrong?
We can't find him. And I need help checking the roof.
Why is the door locked?
Well, I was asked to check the roof, but I kind of just don't want to do it alone. Do you mind just accompanying me? scared wee girl. I'm like making fun of myself, but it's like real.
He kind of frowns and he says, "Yeah, sure, sure, that'd be no problem."
I noticed a frown, but it's still like I have to get this task done. It's like, all right, let's go. And I like
Okay.
grab his wrist and it's like we do the forceful walk thing. My eyes.
Okay, so you're going back up to the roof now.
But I'm carrying like I'm sort of half dragging Lawrence with me, like because I gripped by the wrist and we're walking.
Okay. All right. So you get back up to the floor above the roof, or do you just take the elevator?
We'll just take the elevator now that I'm with somebody.
Okay. Then let's go ahead and go to game 1.
All right.
Okay, are you here?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, as the door opens to the roof, go ahead and give me a, you know what? Just a body roll. Body roll.
Oh, shit. Click. There we go.
Okay. You notice this immediately. Let's change the music now. You look out, and you see something slumped over at the other end of the roof, where the little Zen garden area is, you know, with the sand and the rocks, and you see something in the sand.
I don't trust it, so I asked Lawrence if he sees what I see, and I point.
He squints and he says, "Yeah,
I don't trust it just because I've been fucked with up here.
he just says, "Yeah, I see it."
We need to go check it out.
Okay. Hey Max, is that you? There's no response.
He could be really sleepy. Let's go jostle him awake. I say, kind of like voice half cracking.
Okay. You start walking over there, and it becomes immediately apparent he is not asleep. In fact, whenever you get a little bit closer, this strong scent of, I guess, copper or iron or like a nickel-y smell, wafts into your nose, and you can see all over the sand is just splotches of blood. And there's just blood pulled into the sand all the way around what looks to be Max.
Done. That's what I scream.
Max just turn just stops in his tracks and he just stops. He's just standing there. Just not moving, just staring. Max is not moving. It he's laying face down in the sand in his boxers, with one hand out, and around each of his hands or arms is just a giant pool of uh, darkened red sand as he's just curled up on right next to the rock that you remember seeing Karu sitting on and meditating on the few times that you've seen him up here.
I'm just gonna like fall to my knees and just keep screaming. 'Cause
Okay.
this is ridiculous. Like, no, why the hell? Him here where it was safer.
Okay. So, what do? You know about Max.
I'm kind of useless now. I have to tell the others, but that's like, I'm like useless.
All right.
Lawrence, get out of here. Just go downstairs and tell somebody I'll be here with Max. I say trying to like gain control of situation, but also don't
Gi-
want him to keep staring here.
Give me a soul roll.
As Max draws his blade.
Huh.
Or not Max, Lawrence.
Seems like Lawrence is there, but nobody's home. He seems in shock.
I'm going to yell it like it's a command and I'm angry at him.
We will a roll from a you don't seem to
Oh.
reach him.
Oh no, because I was gonna do it with threats.
Okay, how are you threatening him?
That if he doesn't leave at this instant, I'm going to curb stomp him. And he'll wish he left earlier. Like it's kind of like just angry, incoherent, raving.
Okay. He
It's because
he
it's street.
he starts blinking and his head just kind of shakes. Like, okay, I'll be back. Stay safe up here, okay?
Go.
He starts running off. Um, you can go back to game 1. Okay. So all of you are by the fountain now,
Yeah.
except for Megumi. And you see Lawrence kind of bust through the hotel door. And he sees all of you and he just runs over panting and he says, "Guys, it's Lawrence." Or Max. Not
Okay,
Lawrence.
I was gonna say, I was like, okay, what?
I died, and then just a gunshot rings out in front of me.
Gosh dang. It's Max. Where? Where you found him? What's going on?
The roof.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, let's head up there, I guess.
Someone needs to get a teacher.
Uh,
Sora says, "I'll get a teacher."
okay.
And he runs off towards the cafeteria.
Yeah, I was gonna say the cafeteria is probably where we last saw them.
Okay.
All right. I guess let's head up then.
Okay. Okay, so you guys pile into the elevator. It's a very tight squeeze, but all of you pile in. Hit the roof button, and there's a very slow descent upwards. Megumi, you hear a ding behind you as the elevator door opens, and you see Karu, Akiho, and Lawrence, and Isabella.
And kind of give him like a defeated, tired look.
All of you just see Megumi standing at the other end of the roof.
Before we exit the elevator, Akiho,
Mhm.
just in case, you might want to keep Isabella back.
I'll go ahead and just try to stand in front of Isabella.
Okay. All right. So, Megumi, you're standing in front of the scene, um, kind of blocking their view
Mhm.
as all of you walk forward. Um, I so when all of you come on upon the scene, you see Megumi standing there, and you see um uh someone in their boxers laying face down in the sand, and from the ears you can tell that's obviously Max. Um it's in the little Zen garden area where Karu, you like to come up and meditate, or you liked to.
Yeah.
Um and there's just in the sand is all disturbed. And there's just red splotches everywhere throughout the sand. It's a bloody scene.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely be body blocking Isabella from the view. Maybe
Okay.
she shouldn't be here.
Are you going to take her away?
Yeah, I think I'll say out loud. I think Isabella should go back downstairs. Uh, uh, I'm. I'll take her down.
Okay. She
Uh,
she says, but I want to see what happened to Max. Is he okay?
let's go see if we can find Safra.
Hmm. Max is okay, right? As she says, is or walking.
Yeah. He's probably just fine. Let's go ahead and find Safra though. As I'll usher her back into the elevator and press her ground floor.
Okay. Um. The You get into the elevator with Ella and start heading. All right, Max. Not Max. Megumi and Haru. You are alone on the. Or Lawrence is there too.
Yeah, I was about to say I thought Lawrence was.
Actually, Lawrence will come with Akiho. I'll go too. That's okay.
Mhm. Ouch.
Yeah.
All right. Haru and Megumi are alone. If you would like, uh, body rolls and Megumi could add in your investigation, your forensic science real fast, just to get a quick cursory look over the scene. Okay. Megumi? Megumi? Wait,
Kinda.
No?
Daniel, you there?
Mm-hmm.
Are you
Can
there?
you not hear me?
We can
We
now.
weren't able to.
Oh, what the hell? Okay. I didn't even touch the button. Wow.
Well, we can hear you now.
Okay, good.
Go ahead and give me a body roll or your forensic science roll just to get a cursory look over the scene. See if anything stands out.
Police side says it's right. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Since...
Okay, both of you. The first thing that immediately sticks out to you, is the rock that Max is laying over. Seems like there's something written on it.
I'm not picking it up. But there's something written in the rock I mentioned.
Okay.
I didn't prepare all gloves or anything. I'm muttering stuff like that.
Do you want to read what's on the rock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I can.
Okay. So, you lean over and you look at the rock, and it seems to be written. You would have to guess in blood, and it's a lot of it is kind of shaky. A lot of it is hard to read, but this is what it says. Uh, did you see it? It is in the game chat.
Oh. Oh, the game chat itself. Okay.
Yes.
What do we know where the blood's stemming from?
Them out. I read that. Inside me, them out. And then I say out loud, it's Isabel's drawing.
Where the blood is stemming from, you said?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, where's the blood coming from? Which part of his body is it coming from?
His arms and his wrists, it seems.
Yes.
And you hear me say Isabella's drawings. That's what I say.
Did they?
You don't know about that, but I still
No, I don't
say
know
it.
about the drawing.
Yep, but I say it.
Wait, Isabel's stuff?
She knew it's like this. That there was a guy she drew, and then he wanted the bad out, and then she crossed him out. Where's Isabella now?
Well, Isabella's heading back downstairs now.
She knew when this was happening, or it already happened, or when was it going to happen? Shit. Is it clear that, like, with my science, that, like, did he use the rock to do this?
What do you mean?
Like, to cut himself, to drain the thing? To drain himself?
How, like, are you investigating? Like, how close are you getting? Are you just doing a quick look around, or are you actually?
I
like,
want to know.
getting
This
down
is
and
forensic. I need to, like, get down and look.
looking? Okay. I will let your 15 stand then. Let's go to game one.
Okay.
Okay, so this may take multiple forensics rolls to get everything,
Okay.
but uh, from where you're standing, just in the Zen Garden area, it looks like Max was a little bit off to the left because there's a bunch of, those standing stones that are kind of like that they'd be like flat stones, but someone turned them upright.
Mhm.
Kind of, like the rocks in Valheim, I guess.
Yeah.
Where they're like flat but upright. Um, it seems like there's little drips of blood before get too deep into the sand, but then it seems like uh, he went over to one of those standing rocks, and you just see the top of that rock is just covered blood, just like almost drenched with it. Um, you kind of get the sense that he went over to that rock and started just grinding his wrists against it, and then he ended up
That's what I thought.
crawling over to the big rock.
Hmm.
Um,
What
what
so
else are
definitely
you
was the
going to do?
rocks.
Um, are you going to inspect the body or walk around or anything? Tell me what you're doing.
I don't inspect his body.
Okay. With a 10, okay, you see that uh you see that his fingernails are um they're not pulled back, but they definitely look like they're bloody.
Like
Like
clawing or
he
something.
yeah, like clawing. Um you notice that there's actually a little bit of blood pooling out of his mouth too. So, uh I'm not gonna say a little, but not as much as his wrist for sure, but there's a little bit of blood out of his mouth. Would you like to open his mouth a little?
I have a pen. That's a thing I have because of this and tropes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. When you open his mouth, you part his teeth a little bit, and you see something kind of flop onto the side of his cheek. You look a little bit closer, and it seems to be just the tip of his tongue.
The fuck. Hmm.
It's or actually, we'll say no. It doesn't go against his cheek, but as soon as you like open his lips, it like falls. The tip of his tongue falls out onto the sand, just like an inch of it.
Can I, can I infer anything out of that? Like he
Uh, you
bit
can
down
infer
hard?
that he bit down hard,
Mm-hmm.
for some reason, and ended up biting the tip of his tongue off. You don't think it's what caused him. Uh,
Right.
you're pretty sure that's the wrist that did that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you also, if you look down and you have like a little flashlight or something, you can see that his teeth are just uh whenever you tried to open his teeth, they were closed very tight.
Yeah. Clenched. Like a rigor mortis.
Like as if he was clenching them uh hard before it set in. Uh you can kind of get a rough estimate
Get
of
some.
when he died too, you think? Like sometime in the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm.
Um just because the the blood isn't as flowy. Um
Lividity in the body too. Set
and
in.
he's
Okay.
cold. What else are you doing? Um there were little droplets of blood in the sand.
I'll
Um
look at those.
okay, I'm going to need one more forensic. Okay, yeah. You see that there's just little bitty droplets leading out uh outward past the little Zen garden. When you follow them, you see that he got like somewhere in uh there's these little bushes, right, with like flowers and stuff along the sides. And it seems to start from one of those. Um and you see he gets about to the walkway um towards the Zen garden, and you just see like little bits of hair uh he, just small little clumps of his hair on the ground. Whenever you go over to the body and inspect it a little bit, you do see that there seems some
Places
like
missing hair,
he was pulling out some of his hair.
like from the back of his neck or something.
No, his head.
Oh,
Uh, you can infer. You're not exactly sure what would cause him to do this. It seems like something caused him to start pulling his hair out, and then he walked over
mhm.
to the garden, and he was already bleeding a little bit at that point. And he walked over to the garden, and that's when he started like rubbing his wrists against the rock.
And then, but in the morning, that's when she made the drawing. So it was too late.
All right, that's about all that you can get, other than the fact that he is in his boxers.
Mhm.
Um, but other than that, that's all you can really get.
Maybe he was just in bed. Okay.
Let's go back to game.
So how's it going, guys?
So
All
I
right.
I grabbed the pen and I used that as like a metal pen to kind of just like pry his mouth open a bit, and I muttered the word bit of tongue.
Yeah. As she does that, Haru, you actually see just like a small like half an inch of just something flop onto the sand in front of Max's mouth.
Then I walk over towards these bushes and I kind of like hunch over these patches of hair and say like he walked this way, pulled out his hair, then stood then walked over to the rocks and used that to cut himself, rubbing hard on the sharpest piece of it over and over. And my voice starts to crack slightly, and then I point like missing patches of hair came like from his head. The lividity places this time of death generally within the middle of the night. I want to say 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Nah,
Or 1 a.m.
1 a.m. Yeah, 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. Her draw, her drawing, Isabella's drawing was in the morning. I want to say 7 or 8, 7:30, 8 a.m. after breakfast. After the fact. And then like I kind of just re like stopped zoning out from that because my voice was cracking, and then I just like weakly kind of just step back and just have to sit.
All right, Karu. What are you doing? As she uh, just relay all that information.
I'm like spent.
Uh, I
Yes?
sorry. I'm just. We'll have one of the teachers up in a moment. Do you remember if he said anything else last night before we went to sleep?
I didn't notice anything. Just he looked sad for some reason. That's it. But I don't know if maybe something got into his head and oh how or why it singled him out, I don't know.
Okay, it's about this time that Sora comes up to the roof with Gustav, Safra, and Safra, and the Gustav's. What's wrong? And Safra just kind of runs over, and she just puts her her hand over her mouth, just stares there, and Sora just walks up, and he just hear him go. He doesn't say anything. He just kind of clenches his teeth in his fists and looks away. As Gustav just looks on.
Well, I say kind of just like, there's another one. Did you radio the goddamn boat before there's none of us left?
He doesn't say anything.
Contempt in my voice when I say that last sentence.
And he just looks over at Safra, and Safra just starts crying. Sora walks over to the rock, and he starts reading it out, and just says, "Am this side the amount?" Well, he looks and he says, "What does this mean?"
What was it that he's looking for meaning?
The writing on the rock.
I'll repeat it again. What was it like? So I can get it out. It's
Am
like it's like what she drew when she explained it to me. Isabella, it's a guy who looks sad and he was just trying to get the bad out. And he just kept getting it out over and over and over.
So, Sora just says, "No, what does this mean?" He's pointing at the rock with the writing.
Don't know. What's whatever he was trying to get out, I don't know it.
Eh, he looks at you, Karu, and then he looks at the teachers and says, "Look, says it right here. M did this." He's looking direct. He turns and looks directly at you. M did
Oh.
this.
M? M did this. Who's M?
Sora just says, "Yeah, who's M? Who could M be?" Just, you notice he's just staring directly at you.
Yeah, Karu will kind of poke in. It's like, I highly doubt that has anything to do with her.
Who else could it be?
Do you have any way of knowing that it's her?
Who the hell else could M be?
Maybe it's W. You're just reading upside down, you dumbass. I don't fucking know.
Uh, he he just looks at you and he said, and he's just gritting his teeth. He's looking at all of at Karu and the teachers, and he just says, he obviously wrote this as a last message. He obviously wanted justice against whoever did this, whoever M is. And I think we all know who M is. He takes a step forward.
Don't you fucking dare accuse me of hurting him. Why would I do that? It's just as bad as Vera, the other
What?
little short bitch, accusing me of things.
How should I know? How should I know why you would do this? But why else would he be writing M as his last dying message?
I have like shadows in my hands. I know he's pretty powerful too, though.
He's raising his hand up right now as well.
Before you two continue this, Karu will say, first, I have a question to ask Gustav.
You mean Mustaf? I'm just kidding.
Gustav. Oh no, his name starts with an M! No, but seriously.
Okay. Yeah. He's you've got his attention.
Okay. You've talked about how the orb is supposed to make our powers stronger, right? When you say that, is it the orb that influences our actions, or is it our powers that influence our actions?
The orb merely enhances your own natural abilities, bringing out your true potentials. That have to do anything, Karu?
Can the powers act upon themselves?
he he thinks for a moment, and he says people can lose control of their powers, or yes.
But there's nothing to say that the powers can't react on their own. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not understanding.
In other words, can our powers react like we can? Can they actively do things without us knowing?
He shakes his head and he says, "No, no, your powers are just your powers aren't sentient. You you ultimately have control of them. They're just manifestations of yourself. They can't act on their own."
Okay. If you're really sure about that.
He just nods. And he just says, uh, "The power can consume you, yes, but it cannot, and you can lose control. However, your powers are just a force, and they cannot act uh, on their own. They aren't. right?
He'll look back over to Max's body and Megumi. It's probably just kind of down.
Yes. Okay, I think we can go ahead and end the session here. Sora, or not Sora, Karu, do you have any closing comments?
Uh, I mean, other than like kind of keeping Megumi company, I guess. Not really.
Okay. Then we will end the session tonight.